Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of the signals as long as you are on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade, and we're not your financial advisor either. We have the ES took a beautiful trade, and it just closed the trade right here, right now, as we speak. One thing what happened, the auto trades took short in here, and now the market turned around and going for the long position maybe. So here is the critical point right now. We need to start closing above the 37.90. 37.90. If the market not able to stay above the 37.86, we're going back down to the short side. So it is a very, very, very tricky situation at the moment on the ES. And if you are auto trading, you gotta be very careful with that, because it can generate a wrong trade on your auto trade if you're not very careful. When we make mistake one time a day on $200 trade, that's $50,000 a year. This is serious business to avoid any losing trades sometimes. So as we see right now, the market is sitting right in between. All the momentum is showing to the long side, but the buyers and the sellers, they are practically even on the buyer and the seller side, but the momentum are pointing to the positive. So what we are going to do, we are going to stand by before we start unleash any auto trade until we figure out if this market able to be above the 37.91. Here is the problem today in the market. If we are going down, we're not going to go below the 37.73. Absolutely. From now to 12 o'clock, you don't have a short below the 37.73. You have to be careful. The market is a little bit struggling, but maybe within a few minutes, this market is fixing to break to the long side. So if I was you, or any kind of auto trade you have, whether it's from us or somebody else, cool off for 5 minutes until we see this market going to the proper direction. Right now, if you turn on your auto trade, any kind of auto trade, is gonna get in trouble. And believe me or not, you don't want to turn on the auto trade with your eyes closed. So as we see here, it's a very simple. You have a tremendous support area. There is no short. It don't need a brainer, or it don't need a professional trader to recognize there is no short trade. What we are missing here is this little push momentum to go above this yellow line, 37.90, and then the market is gonna start switching to the long side. So you need to be careful what you are going to approach. However, the Nasdaq is already took off, and technically the Nasdaq has become in the clear to go long. So if you wanted to go long on the Nasdaq, it's very fine to unleash your auto trade on the Nasdaq. But for the ES auto trader, you need to be careful, because we're not out of the wood yet, and we need to make sure this market is uh, going to. So if we look at the Nasdaq is already taken off and is very good, and it's gonna come and cross this. Well, the Nasdaq is looking much better than the ES. Here is the problem when you are auto trading Nasdaq. You need to keep your eye on the ES, because if this ES not able to break this area here, it's gonna drag the Nasdaq with him down. They're all connected, and as we see, I would like you to see how the impact on the Nasdaq, it was going very nice, and the impact on the Nasdaq, the ES to the Nasdaq, has dragged the Nasdaq down with him. And this is what you really, when you are auto trading, you gotta be very careful, and you need to keep your eye on the ES, despite which instruments you are using, whether it's a Nasdaq, Dow Jones, even a DAX. You need to keep your eye on the ES, indicating what's going on in the market. At the moment, there is no short trade, as we said, on the ES. Even if you auto trade, it doesn't matter what auto trade you have, go in a short. Don't celebrate, because your short is going to be very small trade. It's not going to be a huge trade with $6,000 or $4,000. It's going to be minor short. It's not going to be a huge short trade. And as we see here, the ES is a very short life to the short side, and it is going to take much more than a technical. It's going to require much more bad news or whatever to break from the 37.73 all the way down to the 37.61. This is a very critical area, and this is a support area on the ES. And the ES, as we speak right now, there is no way the ES able to break all those lines, not unless if there is some major news and the market panic, and then it's gonna drop. But on a normal day, in those conditions, when there is no bad news coming out, those lines, they're gonna hold. Those are your defense line. They are going to hold, and we will look at this market. The short side is not gonna be a very long short side. So we're gonna keep monitoring today. Today is a little bit tricky at the beginning. It was going short fine, and all of a sudden the market, if we notice, from the short side went all the way up, and now it's taking a dive again, and it is temporarily dive, is not strong short. If we notice, the ES stopped exactly where we were expecting the ES is going to stop. So this is your defense line, whether you are auto trading or manual or taking the trades. And as we see, this market, as we expected, the market came in to the support, to the defense line. And now the market is going to sit down here. This is what happening. This is where the confusion among the amateur traders, they are looking at the P&L on an auto trade, not being aware what's going on in the market, and they think, whether it's our auto trade or somebody else's auto trade, they think they did something wrong with the optimization, and they are not. Yes, and but yes, the Feds are talking, yes, but on a normal day, Ben, on a normal day, this is when you see that, what you need to do, you need to be careful not to direct your auto trade to the short side. Now, if the Fed's today gonna say something bad, could be a break in one line or two line, but it is overwhelming. This area here is not tradable. Just because the Feds are talking right now, maybe it's gonna drag it a little bit, but right now there is no short on the ES at all. And what we are going to do, we're gonna wait till the Feds finish talking, and then we can have this market go into the proper direction. But right now, there is no need to activate your auto trade until for the next 10 minutes, until the Feds are done, and we will see how the market going to react, and then we will unleash the auto trades to take trades. So what we are going to do, we are going to sit on a standby at the moment, and as we notice here, the ES is not going to go in this area at the moment. It's not. So we're going to wait, and there is no short, and the market came in right in line where we were expecting the support, despite the Feds talking as we speak right now. It has to be very bad news for this market to break all those lines. So what we are going to do, we're going to stand by for the next 10 minutes, and then the market, it will be taking a direction. In the meantime, as we said before, every time when there is a confusion with the ES and NASDAQ, and those two are not trending, you automatically turn around to the CL, and you will find the CL is trending. Every time you see there is difficulties on the ES and NASDAQ, you turn around, you will find the CL is moving. From the Autotrader side of you, when you see rubbish like this market going up and down based on no direction, and the market there is no trended, you don't need to fuzzle with it. You immediately switch to the CL. For the guy is smart enough, and he doesn't want to fuzzle with the ES and NASDAQ, you can go directly on the CL and try to use your time on the CL and try to learn the CL and then stay on the CL. So it depends what you want to do. You can. So at the moment, we're going to sit a little bit on the side for a few minutes, and until this market start taking one direction. It might take another 5 minutes. As long as this market not able to break this area, I'm not going to go short. And right now, if we look at the momentum, the momentum, the sellers over the buyers, and it start turning red. So if we want to start taking a short, we have to wait till this market cross every single line before we can unleash the auto trade, start taking short when it start going below the 37.61. At this moment, when you are activating an auto trade at this moment, the situation on the ES at this moment is not tradable. Whether you are an auto trader or you are a manual trader, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant with your auto trade, and is irrelevant your skill of trade. This is not a tradable area. And if you trade in here, you might make one winning trade, and then you're gonna lose 2-3 trades. I strongly recommend to turn off all your auto trades and wait for a few minutes till this market start taking direction, and then we unleash the auto trade. If you are insistent on trading, look at your favorite chart on the CL and try to consider taking some trades on the CL if you are comfortable with the CL, and see what will happen. But at this moment, please, please, especially our traders, turn off every single auto trade you have until we can find a direction in the market, and then we can unleash the auto trade. In the meantime, for the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes, we are waiting on this market to come down. After the market digests what the Feds are talking about, and then we unleash the auto trade. Thank you very much. if you notice, guys, nothing has happened in the market here. It's just going back and forth, and it's coming to the support area and getting projected from the 37.88. There is no trend. When there is no trend, there is no money. Simple. Has nothing to do with the auto trade. So when the market is going between support and resistance, some people, they get frustrated. They think there is something wrong with their optimization or auto trade, or they're doing something wrong. No, you're not. But the market not moving. When the market not moving, you're not making money. Like millions of people out there. So if we notice, since when I got quiet until now, the market has not moved. All the auto trades are on idles. They're not making money. All of them. All the time frame. All of them. Yes, they're going up and down, but they're not making money. Yes, they're going up and down. 1 minute they are on the plus side, and 1 minute they are on the short side. Yes. So this is not the way to be sitting, relaxing, like, we have had good luxury days where the market is trending one direction, and you just sit down and relax, and you can see how the market moving, and you're going with the market. Today is a little bit different, maybe because of the Feds talking, or maybe I don't know. But right now this market is not moving. So please sit on the side. Do not go live, no matter where you are, no matter what system you have. Please be aware. Right now you are playing with a very high risk. The market is not trending. You need to sit on the side, be patient till this market start moving. Please save your money. Believe me, save your money, guys. So I'm sitting on a standby, waiting on this market to start taking direction. You gotta be careful, guys. Please be careful. The Nasdaq, of course, the auto trade is taking the trades on the Nasdaq. But if you notice here, when you are taking the trade on the Nasdaq, we're not in the safe at the moment. First of all, we have a resistance at 117. The ES, if you look on the ES, the ES has built a lot of resistance. You see? The ES has built a lot of resistance and a lot of support. So if we would really want to magnify what's going on in here, I don't like to draw on a chart. I hate drawing on a chart, but because I like a clear vision on the chart. I don't like people. There is some people like draw on the chart. I don't. If we notice here, this is where, right there, there is a heavy resistance. Here, there is a heavy support. And this is a trap when you are auto trading, because what happened, the market keep going back and forth. And here, in a way, is a straight line right there. So if we look back, this is where the ES has been jammed. So when you are auto trading the Nasdaq, you gotta keep your eye on the trade. And as we see here, if we look at this situation at the moment, that's where we are jammed at, between this channel here. When you are jammed in a channel, doesn't matter which auto trade you are using, it's not gonna work. Now for a professional trader, he's a scalping, he might find few ticks here and there. But even if you are not professional and you are using just a normal scalper, you don't know what you're doing. By the time this auto trade start taking a trade, is going backward and then going down, you want to take a trade, then it goes against you. So this is a really messy trade. And it's a matter of time before you crash. So this is the whole idea here, is the market is jammed in here, all the way from that side to that side, and from that side to, so this is where untradable market. And if we notice, your auto trade is waiting on the ES respond, even if you are trading the Nasdaq. So this is not a really comfortable day. We've had many beautiful days, but today, if you don't know what you're doing, it's not a comfortable day for you to be diving into the market. The Feds are talking, and you don't know where you are in the market. So maybe if somebody say, okay, well, my ES is doing fine, our ES is doing fine, but you gotta be very, very close eyes on the market movement, because we don't know, we don't see at this moment this market is gonna go ahead and spike. It's not going to spike. So It is very flat, and we are waiting on something happen in the market, because this is not tradable area. So I'm gonna stay quiet, because still this market is not tradable. What I mean is not tradable, you should not let your auto trade take in any trades at the moment, or release your auto trade to the market going live, and there is no trend in the market. It's gonna end up in disaster. So we're gonna stay on the side a little bit and see what will happen to the market. Thank you. Okay, guys, we've had so many good running days today. There is not much to do, so we're gonna call it off. Tomorrow it will be another day. We've had so many good running days, and today is not really that great movement in the market. So we're gonna call it off for today, and we'll see you tomorrow on the same channel. I want to say thank you very much. And you know what? If you don't know what you're doing, skip today and tomorrow another day. I mean, this is not really movement. You know, don't look for trouble. Stay away from trouble. Relax today, and tomorrow we will be on the same channel, and we will make sure. Hopefully, everything will be fine tomorrow. Thank you very much. God bless you all, and see you